14 ఏళ్ల పాటు తెలంగాణ కోసం ఉద్యమం చేసిన తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర సమితి భారత రాష్ట్ర సమితిగా ఆవిర్భవించిన విషయం తెలిసిందే. దేశ రాజకీయాలపైన ఒక స్పష్టమైన ఎజెండాతో ముఖ్యమంత్రి కేసీఆర్ రాజకీయాల్లోకి వస్తున్న పరిస్థితులు కనిపిస్తున్నాయి. అలాగే కాంగ్రెస్ బీజేపీల నేతృత్వంలో ఇప్పటి వరకు కూడా దేశం పురోభివృద్ధి సాధించలేదని చెప్పేసి ఒక స్పష్టమైన అభిప్రాయంతో ముఖ్యమంత్రి కేసీఆర్ ఉన్నారు. అయితే దేశవ్యాప్తంగా అటు బీజేపీ ఇటు కాంగ్రెస్ వైఫల్యాలను ఎండగడుతున్న ముఖ్యమంత్రి కేసీఆర్ దేశవ్యాప్తంగా రాజకీయాల్లో కీలక పాత్ర పోషిస్తున్న క్రమంలో ఎట్లాంటి స్పందనలు మనకు వినిపిస్తున్నాయనే దాన్ని తెలుసుకోవడానికి మనతో పాటుగా ప్రస్తుతం CPI జనరల్ సెక్రటరీ రాజా గారు ఉన్నారు. డి రాజా గారిని అడిగి మరిన్ని విషయాలు తెలుసుకుందాం. సార్, హౌ డూ యూ అసెస్ నేషనల్ పాలిటిక్స్ కరెంట్ సినారియో?
Our nation is passing through multiple crises, not only economic crisis, but political crisis, social crisis. There is unrest in the country because ever since Mr. Modi became Chief Minister and RSS has become very aggressive, and RSS is the real force controlling and directing the present government. It is RSS agenda being carried out by BJP. So we are witnessing growing attacks on minorities, Muslims and other minorities. We are witnessing increasing atrocities on Dalits, Adivasis. Unemployment has become unprecedented. Our youth is restless and rupee value is falling, and it has led to serious implications. Prices are going up. People do not have purchasing power, and as far as hunger is concerned, our country is ranked at a very low level, even below than some of our neighboring countries. So country is in a very serious crisis. If some party has to be held responsible for this, it is BJP. It is BJP, RSS combined. So as far as our party is concerned, the primary objective of all secular democratic forces must be to defeat BJP in the forthcoming 2024 elections and to ideologically fight and defeat BJP, RSS combined. So our party is very clear. In the forthcoming party congress to be held in Vijayawada, we will be taking up this political line further, and we will try to interact with other political parties and forces, because the India needs to be saved. Constitution is under attack. All efforts are being made to subvert our constitution and subvert our democratic polity.
Sir, apart from all this, how do you see the bulldozing politics by BJP? So social bulldozing concepts are adopting.
No, that is what I mentioned. BJP doesn't respect, or the RSS doesn't respect the present constitution. They want to bulldoze all the fundamental values of the constitution, and they have an agenda. Mr. Bhagavat may try to conceal and hide many things in order to hoodwink people, but everybody knows RSS stands for a theocratic majoritarian state, and this is the biggest challenge we face today. And so how to prevent this? So our constitution needs to be defended, our democratic polity needs to be defended. If we have to do that, we have to fight and defeat BJP. That's what our understanding.
Sir, the nation has clearly evidenced that the BJP led NDA government has made anti-riots policies, anti-public policies. How do you react on such policies? And they have even withdrawn after.
No, this we have been saying, we have been agitating, because the policies pursued by Modi government are all disastrous for the country and its future. And look at the economy. All public sector undertakings are being privatized, handed over to big corporate houses, and if public sector is dismantled, how can one speak about reservation to SC, ST, OBC, or question of social justice? Because your entire economy is handed over to the big corporate houses. On one side, the poor people are becoming poorer and more poorer. But how come Mr. Adani, Ambani, they are becoming rich and richer, and they are competing with the other super rich people in the world? And now the question is whether Adani can be called as number one richest man in the world or number two richest man in the world. So that is the outcome of the policies pursued by Mr. Modi, and this needs to be stopped. Unemployment.
And many capitalists have been fled away from country.
No, that is one thing. Mr. Modi promised many things. Those are all just tall claims and bogus promises. And many, as you said, those who have looted our public sector banks, they ran away. They are living as fugitives in London and other countries. But Modi government claims it has become a very strong government. Mr. Modi has become one of the strongest global leader, world leader. But they are not able to get these fugitives back to country and make them stand before the law of the land. Why? That's what people should ask, whether it is Nirav Modi or anybody else. Why government has failed to get them back to the country?
Sir, there is a clear mention about center-state relations in constitutions, whereas the BJP-led NDA government is clearly violating the norms of constitution, and they are not even giving chance to states to grow. How do you see the very stand of BJP?
That is what one should understand. As you said, our constitution is very clear. India, that is Bharat,
Federal
union of states. Union of states.
The spirit of federalism.
That's what I am saying. India, that is Bharat, union of states.
Sure.
And it is not central government centralizing all powers, grabbing all powers, snatching away all powers of the state governments. No, constitution doesn't give that understanding. Constitution makes it clear, in a country like ours with tremendous diversities and elected governments in states should move on with the spirit of federalism. Even Mr. Modi spoke about cooperative federalism, but in reality what we see, neither cooperation nor federalism. It is authoritarianism that has taking place, has been taking place, and all powers are grabbed. For instance, agriculture, it is on the current concurrent list. How come Modi government brought three anti-farmer bills, and finally they had to retreat? There was no consultation with any state government. Now the national education policy, it is on the concurrent list, but no state government was consulted, and they are trying to impose. This is what exactly the Tamil Nadu government is fighting under the leadership of DMK, and DMK rejects all these BJP's policies of grabbing all powers in its hands, leaving states to stand before them as though with begging bowls. The GST, what is happening with the GST? States do not get money, and center doesn't give them share the tax with them properly. So the situation today demands that we will have to protect the constitution and ensure the basic tenets of the constitution are in place and being implemented.
Sir, rather, you are talking about authoritarianism, and the central government is a little bit like coercive, and it is misusing the agencies like ED, CBI and IT, which have been already is enforcing to threaten the state governments. How do you react on such?
Firstly, what we witness today, it is the corporate communal fascism. That we should be clear. It is not just dictatorship or authoritarianism. It is corporate communal fascism. And when they centralized all powers, grabbed all powers, they think they can use the central agencies, whether it is IT or ED or CBI, to target opposition parties, leaders of opposition parties, intimidate them for political purpose.
Motives.
This is known to the entire country and people are aware of this. That is why there is growing discontent against BJP also. So BJP gets desperate and panicky, and the way it acts, that one should understand. The other thing, the corporate funding, and BJP is the number one party which gets more electoral bonds and more money from corporate houses, and that is the richest political party, and it uses money power to win over some unemployed young people, use them as social media.
And even sir, central government is heading towards making anti-labor policies also. Adopting
That our party has been consistently fighting against anti-labor policies of Modi government. All central trade unions
Sure.
are fighting unitedly against these anti-labor policies of the present government. And how many strikes we witnessed in the recent past, how many agitations we have been witnessing, because Modi government is dismantling the public sector, handing over public sector, whether it is strategic or non-strategic, to corporate houses. On the other hand, it is bringing all anti-trade union, anti-labor laws, so which need to be fought, and we are doing that. Trade unions are doing.
Sir, very soon you are going to have your Congress in Vijayawada. What kind of policies you are going to adopt for future India, and labor-oriented or riots-oriented or public-oriented policy? What kind of...
In fact, when we attack the economic policies of Modi government, we also propose alternative and alternate economic program. What are the fundamental issues of our people? Education, healthcare, employment, right to food. These are the housing. These are the fundamental issues on which we must mobilize the people and put up a strong fight against BJP. And here we appeal to all secular democratic parties, civil popular movements to come and take up these issues, because these are the basic issues of the people to protect their livelihood and uplift them from poverty. And poverty is the biggest problem in India. How to uplift the people from poverty if we cannot defend their livelihood? So in order to defend the livelihood of the people, we must take up the fundamental issues, that is education, healthcare, employment, housing, right to food. This is what we are providing, an alternative program also. In our party congress, we will discuss. At political level, the situation is so grave and which demands the removal of BJP from power. And 2024 is going to be a critical election to our parliament. And in this critical election, we must see that how we will be able to defeat BJP.
Sir, would you join hands for a common cause to fight against the fascist forces in India? Do you have any strategy to join hands?
We are appealing to all secular democratic parties, and at national level we are doing, at state level also, taking into consideration the balance of political forces and the perspective, policies of those political forces. We are working, but our primary objective is to mobilize all forces
together.
Patriotic forces who want to defend the constitution, who want to defend democracy, who want to protect the livelihood of the people in order to defeat BJP. That's why I am repeating, 2024 parliament election is going to be a critical election. And if we want to defend the country and its future, we must see that BJP is defeated.
So Telangana has been carved out in 2014. Since 8 years, Telangana is heading towards rigorous development. How do you see the developmental and welfare activities which were simultaneously implementing since 8 years in Telangana state, sir?
I know Mr. KCR and his government have taken up several welfare schemes, housing, drinking water, such schemes, and they have support from people also. And I hope they will continue with these pro-people policies, and they also take strong position against BJP and unite with other secular democratic forces, parties to save the country.
Apart from this, Telangana state government has also adopted the Dalita Bandhu scheme to uplift Dalits and the Raitu Bandhu scheme to uplift riots also. It is pro-riots and pro-Dalits policies. How do you
That's what I am aware. Mr. KCR and his government have taken up many initiatives to unleash pro-people policies. I mentioned this housing, then this drinking water. Now you are referring to some other policies also. These policies are there. At the same time, politically, we need to fight BJP, and we need to put up a strong fight against BJP. Let us wait and see.
Sir, being a senior politician, being a leftist senior politician, do you think that there is a necessity to come with an alternative agenda to these Congress and BJP in national level?
No, that I don't know what you mean by alternative.
Actually, KCR is
alternative to both Congress and BJP.
BJP.
There should be political clarity. There should be political clarity. At state level, there can be problems with Congress. In Tamil Nadu, DMK is head of the progressive secular coalition, but in which Congress is there, left parties are there, party like VCK is there, some other outfits, small outfits in Tamil Nadu, they are all there working together and working for better Tamil Nadu, which Mr. Stalin calls it as Dravidian model. And so it can vary from state to state. Even electoral tactics can vary from state to state. But at national level, the primary objective, again I am underlining, objective must be to defeat BJP.
There is also bringing a pan-India party with purely secular flavor, and he is also opposing the very policies of rightist fascism BJP regime. And how do you react on Bharat Rashtra Samiti, which is
No, it is a new party. The constitution provides the right for any section or for anybody to form a party. So that's how regional parties have been formed. Now people are forming national parties also. Let us see what is going to be the ideological perspective, political policy framework. We will have to wait and see. It all depends upon how the politics is.
Sir, KCR is alleging that since 75 years after achieving independence, no state has been yet grown properly, and the country is also lagging behind when compared to the western countries as well as eastern countries. Many resources have not been used properly to provide resources, proper resources to public, amenities to public.
This is true, because in the post-independent India, economy was given some priority. When Jawaharlal Nehru was Prime Minister, Planning Commission was constituted, then planned economy was taken up as form of economy. Due to those policies only, we built strong heavy industries, public sector industries. That paved the way for self-reliance and building a strong economy. In 1990s, the neoliberal economic policies were thrusted on us and imposed and implemented in the country. That has led to unprecedented inequality in the society, unprecedented inequality. That led to poverty, unemployment, and all such social evils. This is there, but how to change this present political course? How to change this political course? Because Mr. Modi government is aggressively pursuing the same neoliberal economic policies, and how to stop this? So there I am again coming to the same point. We have to put our heads together and work out a proper strategy at national level to defeat BJP. Once we defeat BJP, country can be saved, economy can be saved, and all the questions which you raise can be addressed. Now with the Niti Ayog, what you will address? What you can
Planning
get?
Commission has been changed.
That's what I am saying. With the Niti Ayog, what state government can get? When Planning Commission was there, at least the issues were addressed: uneven economic development, the development of states, all such questions. And states must have special powers and their own powers. For instance, all states are not equal in India. There are developed states, there are backward states.
Less developed.
That's what I'm saying. So why it happened? The state governments, if they have adequate powers, they can do excellent work in their respective states. And if Telangana doesn't have power, that should be raised, and Telangana state should get more powers. Same thing, Andhra Pradesh as separate state should get more powers. Tamil Nadu government is fighting for more powers. Kerala is fighting for more powers, and state rights should be defended. That should be our approach.
Sir, there is a very short time for general elections to come. 2024, we are going to face another general elections. If time comes, do you share political platform with any other?
Yeah, but
at
that's
national level?
that's what.
If there is any specific invitation from BRS, a party like
No,
BRS.
let us see. It is hypothetical at this point of time. It all depends upon the ideological, political perspective of each and every party. Now we should not get into hypothetical questions. When the situation emerges before you, accordingly you will have to act. Let us wait.
ఓకే, ఇది డి రాజా గారు మనతో పాటుగా పంచుకుంటున్న సమాచారం. మొత్తం మీద చూసుకుంటే కనుక తెలంగాణ అభివృద్ధిలో ముందుకు దూసుకెళ్తున్న క్రమాన్ని ఆయన చాలా స్పష్టంగా మెన్షన్ చేస్తున్నారు. అలాగే ముఖ్యమంత్రి కేసీఆర్ నేతృత్వంలో ప్రారంభించబడుతున్న బీఆర్ఎస్ పార్టీ ఖచ్చితంగా ముందుకు సాగుతుందని చెప్పేసి కూడా ఆయన అభిప్రాయం వ్యక్తం చేస్తున్నారు. అలాగే ఇది ఎన్నికల సంఘం నిబంధనల మేరకు ఎవరైనా పార్టీ స్థాపించవచ్చు అనే అభిప్రాయాన్ని కూడా ఆయన వ్యక్తం చేస్తున్న పరిస్థితి కనిపిస్తుంది. దేశం అనేక రంగాల్లో కూడా ఇవాళ వెనుకబడుతున్న తీరు కావచ్చు, సెక్యులర్ ఫోర్స్లన్నీ కూడా ఒకే వేదికపైకి వచ్చి ఫైట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరాన్ని ఆయన నొక్కి చెప్తున్న పరిస్థితి కనిపిస్తుంది. కెమెరామెన్ లింగారెడ్డి శ్యామ్లతో సూరజ్ కుమార్, న్యూఢిల్లీ.